The myth of an always Catholic church. People often say the Christian church started as Catholic. They mean Roman Catholic, with a pope in Rome from day one. I disagree. History shows a different story. Christianity began small and diverse. It grew into branches long before Rome took center stage. I base this on records from the 1st century. Let me walk you through it. Christianity's humble start. Jesus lived and taught in the 1st century A.D. He died around 30 A.D. His followers believed he rose from the dead. They spread his message. At first, they were Jews who followed Jesus. They met in homes. They shared meals and prayed. No significant buildings or fancy titles yet. The book of Acts describes this. Peter and the apostles led groups in Jerusalem. They faced trouble from Jewish leaders. Persecution pushed them out. They went to places like Antioch. The first church, Jerusalem, not Rome. The first church was formed in Jerusalem. It was Jewish at its core. Followers kept some Jewish customs. They met in the temple, too. Leadership came from apostles like Peter and James. Rome was far away. Peter visited Rome later, but Jerusalem remained the hub. Early letters from Paul reveal the existence of independent groups. Each handled its own affairs. No central boss in Rome. Acts chapter 15 tells of a meeting in Jerusalem. They solved a problem about non-Jews joining. Rome played no role. When Catholic entered the picture, the word Catholic means universal. Ignatius of Antioch used it around 110 A.D. He wrote letters to churches. He called the church Catholic to mean all believers everywhere. It was not a name for one group. It described unity in faith. Roman Catholicism, as we know it, came later. The Bishop of Rome grew in power over time. Constantine became a Christian in 312 A.D. He made Christianity legal. That helped Rome rise. But even then, other cities like Alexandria and Antioch mattered just as much. How the Roman Catholic Church took shape. Rome's influence built slowly, but the empire eventually split. Western parts looked to Rome. Eastern parts had their own leaders. The Great Schism happened in 1054 A.D. That split Rome from the East. The East became Orthodox. Rome kept the Catholic name. Doctrines like the Pope's top role developed in the Middle Ages. Papal infallibility. That idea waited until 1870 A.D. Early Christians would not recognize it. Branches that broke away early. Not all churches followed Rome. Some split over beliefs about Jesus. The Council of Ephesus in 431 A.D. caused a break. The Church of the East separated. They spread to Persia, India, and China. People called them Nestorians. Then came the Council of Chalcedon in 451 A.D. Oriental Orthodox churches rejected it. They include Copts in Egypt and Ethiopians. These groups exist today. They never bowed to Rome. Eastern Orthodox formalized in 1054. They cover Greece and Russia. Protestants started in the 1500s. Luther in Germany, Anglicans in England. Baptists and Methodists came after. Africa saw independent churches in the 1800s. Diversity ruled from the start. Piecing together the Bible. The Bible did not drop from the sky. Jews had the Old Testament by 100 A.D. They collected books over centuries. The New Testament was formed between 50 and 100 A.D. Apostles and others wrote letters and gospels. Churches shared them. By the 2nd century, most books were set. The Muratorian fragment from 170 A.D. lists many. Councils like Hippo in 393 A.D. and Carthage in 397 A.D. confirmed the list. They combined old and new. Early Christians used these texts. No single pope decided it all. It was a group effort. Proof we were not Catholic from the beginning. Look at the New Testament. It shows loose groups, not a tight system. Bishops led local spots. All were equal. No pope ruled. Church fathers like Ignatius talked of bishops, but no Roman kingpin. The church hid during persecution until 313 A.D. Rome's claims grew after the empire fell. Acts centers on Jerusalem. Paul's letters go to separate churches. Early meetings were team decisions. Roman power came with politics, not from Jesus. Why this matters today. The always Catholic idea ignores facts. Christianity started broadly and locally. It split early. Rome is one branch, not the trunk. I see beauty in that variety. It fits the New Testament spirit. If you dig into history, you find a faith that adapts, not one locked in Rome. Please like and subscribe.